Well, right now at 5:30, the controversial Fulton County DA overseeing the Trump election interference case is out. The Georgia Appeals Court removed Fani Willis from the case against Donald Trump. So that leaves the future of the prosecution in uncertain territory right now. Today's ruling means it'll be up to the prosecuting attorneys council of Georgia to find another prosecutor to take over the case and then to decide whether to continue to pursue it. So that could be delayed if Willis decides to appeal to the state Supreme Court. Let's talk about it. Chief Legal Analyst Rhodes is here. So what do you make of this move? I mean, this kind of came out of nowhere.
Bombshell. I don't think it came out of nowhere. The lower court, when they made the decision that she would have an opportunity to stay on it. At the end of his ruling, he said there was an odor of impropriety. And if we start talking about odors, that's a problem. Anywhere you're talking about odors in shoes, talking about odors in the legal system, it's a real problem. So let's talk about it. The court is old-fashioned. We like things to run as they're supposed to be. And if they're not, we have real big problems with it, specifically about the impropriety or the appearance of impropriety. The court's judges want to maintain that there is no impropriety. But if you have a DA that has even the odor or the hint or the whiff of an impropriety, you want to distance yourself. What the judge says is that it was close enough to the line, but he didn't think it went over. Court of Appeals disagree. Said not only did it go over, it went so far over that she's being removed and everyone else works in that office needs to be removed because they work at her discretion. Extremely problematic for her going forward, but the case doesn't stop. It just stops for her.
I mean, Fani Willis with this case, I mean, it got really juicy. I mean, her private life was exposed. The people were on the stand. There was so much with this case. She also had to be able to prove her case against President-elect Donald Trump. But earlier this year, it seemed unlikely that she would be disqualified. So what changed?
I don't think it changed. I just think the venue changed. Sometimes the facts will be good for the court that you're sitting in front of. The judge that made the decision on the lower court was the trial judge. He's going to look at the facts that are presented before him and was giving it for the best interest of the non-moving party, which would have been her. And in light of those facts, he would have said that I think that she could distance herself from these issues, that they weren't material. It was a personal relationship that they disclosed, and it was set aside from the fact that a jury was able, a grand jury was able to decide that this person needed to go to trial. This person speaking about the former president, now president-elect. At the time when all this dropped, the case was, as you mentioned, groundbreaking, caught international attention. He had the federal charges. Now you drop this state charge and you're talking about RICO charges. Those charges are still real. The case is still real. It's just what happened with her on her personal life definitely bled into places that it should not have. And so you say what changed? The Court of Appeals said, look, this is way too close for comfort. Get somebody else in there to ensure that there's not even the appearance of impropriety.
So we did find out that she has a right to appeal. Does that make sense in this case?
It does. I mean, everybody has a right to appeal to the highest court. So she has an opportunity to take it from the Court of Appeals, go to the Supreme Court of the state of Georgia. I think in that situation, it still lands in the same predicament. When you have an opportunity for a panel of judges to look at these facts, and they're looking at these facts objectively, saying, can your office still be trusted? Can the public still perceive that you will go in there not with a vested interest or a vendetta or an attack mode for the person you're going after? Because they're supposed to be, not show any impartiality when they're trying to go after this case. And so there was prosecutorial misconduct, and it was close at the trial court level. I think the Court of Appeals believed they went over the line. I think the Supreme Court would do the exact same thing.
Real quick, was this a career killer?
It was something that stopped the momentum. Her career was trajectory towards the moon.
Yeah.
Now it's flatline.
Rhodes, appreciate your insight as always.